What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another thrilling, chilling, fulfilling episode of Andrew's Reviews. Today we're going to be doing Annabelle Comes Home. So first and foremost, this is going to be a spoiler-filled review. If you haven't seen the movie yet, turn off the video, turn off, go watch something else, go watch some anime, go watch some Teletubbies. I don't give a fuck what you watch. Don't be watching this if you don't want to get the movie spoiled for you. With that being said, let's dive right into the movie. So this takes place right after the original Conjuring movie, the first scene when they pick up Annabelle from the college kids in the apartment. So Ed and Lorraine Warren, they're taking Annabelle back to their home to put in the artifact room. So while they're driving, they see that there is an accident. Lorraine's looking. She sees this woman standing in the road. I guess that's the woman that died. The police tell them they got to go take another path. So they do. They take a detour, and then their car breaks down right next to a cemetery. Why not? So they're next to a cemetery. Lorraine's bugging the fuck out. You know, she's looking around like seeing every fucking ghost in this damn cemetery. And, of course, she hears the voice in the background. She's hearing stuff. Annabelle's in the back seat of the car. Of course, like, she's, like, hearing shit. She's seeing shit. She's bugging out. Ed's fixing the car. So Ed fixes the car, and she looks behind Ed, and there's, like, this army of, like, ghosts, and the one ghost pushes Ed. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed. This part right here, I laughed. I don't know who edited this movie or who did the special effects, but at some point somebody should have replayed this scene and been like, this is funny. Like, come on, we cannot do it like this. Like, you can make somebody getting pushed by a spirit, like, without the use of special effects. Have the actor or stunt double freaking fly or fall. Use cables or something to pull his ass. Like, you literally just took his body and special effect him, like, flying. It was so funny. So that was my first critique. I was like, oh god, here we go. This movie's going to be filled with special effects. So eventually they move, they get back to the house and they put Annabelle in the little, they're like, oh, where should we put her? Obviously she needs to be contained inside a case. And that's when Lorraine's like, let's put him in the case that we got from some church, the church glass or some blessed glass. Kind of like this. This is why I'm sitting here with this, whole... I got like a little case. I'm trying to set the mood, guys. Listen, I don't have an Annabelle doll. I didn't have time to go on Amazon and go get one. I'm just trying to set the mood with the case. I got my little tiki mask. I got the little candles doing the whole mecca lecca ha, mecca honey ho, shablam shablom feels. You feeling me? I'm trying. So I'm like a little bat, little doll. Anyway, so moving back on, they put Annabelle in the case. They had the priest bless the whole room and stuff, because that's what they said in the first movie. They said every week a priest comes by and blesses the house, so he did that, and we're moving on. Judy, the daughter, it's her birthday coming up, but apparently Ed and Lorraine have to leave her with the babysitter for the night because they're going off somewhere. They don't really explain where they're going. I guess they're going on a job to go investigate some paranormal stuff, so they're leaving Judy at home with a babysitter, Mary Ellen. Was it Mary Ellen or Mary Ellen? That was her name. She had these names in this movie, though. So, I didn't really understand. This is my thing. If I was Ed and Lorraine Warren, I'm not leaving my 11-year-old daughter in a house knowing that one of the rooms contains all these possessed, demonic, spiritual vessels and shit. I wouldn't even want to be in the house in the first place. The babysitter, I wouldn't even want to babysit her if I knew that there was crap like that in the house. I didn't understand that. I just think that's like bad parenting, unsupervised children. Like, you're gonna trust a babysitter in the house with your daughter when there's all these artifacts. You just brought Annabelle into the house, and she couldn't go to the babysitter's house. It had to be in your house. They had to watch her. Like, you couldn't, like, get them a motel room or a hotel room for the night. I don't know. I didn't understand that. You couldn't take the daughter with you. I don't know. It wouldn't have been me. My children would not have been there. Fuck that. You fucking thought. Moving on. Mary Ellen, her friend Daniela, she comes and wants to hang out for the night because she's really interested in, what Ed and Lorraine Warren do. Because apparently the whole neighborhood's now finding out after the Conjuring case, the first Conjuring case, that they research paranormal stuff. Like, it just goes to show you really don't know your fucking neighbors if now you're figuring out that's what they do. And everyone's all... And, Judy was getting picked on in high school, in in school because everyone was making fun of her because that's what her parents do. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, they ain't bothering you. It's not your life, it's their life. They're still making money, they're still paying their taxes and their bills. Leave them the fuck alone. Why does it matter to you? Anyway. So Daniela, Mary Ellen's friend, she wants to come over and hang out for the night. Daniela, this girl is literally the worst character in the history of horror films. There should be a book on Daniela, and it should say, if you want to survive a horror movie, do everything that Daniela is not doing. Do the complete opposite of what Daniela is doing. She did everything wrong. She was snooping around. She was finding shit she shouldn't have been finding. She was unlocking doors. She was going into the artifacts room. She was touching everything. Now, she had a reason. She had a reason because apparently her father died and she was blaming herself for because I guess they got into a car accident, so she was driving, so she was blaming herself, so she wanted to just reach out to her father and apologize. I get that that's all fine and dandy and shit, but girl, you were doing the most. You know what they say, when you go looking for something, if you really look hard enough, you're gonna find it, and she fucking found it. Her ass, god damn, I was like, she's in this damn artifact room for too damn long. It was uncomfortable. The thing that I really liked about this movie was, just like in the first Conjuring, those long-paced scenes of just building up tension. That's what this movie also brought. It wasn't just like a little bit then a jump scare. Like, it really made you wait for something to happen. And I was, her in this damn artifact room, she was in there for too damn long. I was like, get the fuck out. Stop touching shit. Anyway, her ass ends up going and seeing Annabelle in the case, and it says right on the case, positively, do not open. She fucking opens it. It said don't open, but she opened it. At that point, I was over Daniela. I said, bye, Daniela. You're dead, Daniela. Bye. But she didn't die right there. She just left the thing open and left the room, acted like nothing ever fucking happened. So so pretty much the Annabelle demon gets loose, and now everything is being awakened in this room and is causing havoc in this house. They were introduced to a lot of different new ghosts and stuff. There was the white bride who was kind of creepy, like she was doing, like pacing around the room. This is when Judy first noticed that there was something wrong. Like she was in her room, she heard something, she saw this white bride coming around, and she ran after her like, and tried to stab her. She was pretty cool. I would like to hear more about her, because I guess like the dress that she was wearing was possessed because the dress was in the artifact room. That was a pretty interesting, apparently that's actually a real story. I looked it up. That's something that Ed and Lorraine actually did really research. So they threw that in there. So at this point, they all notice that there's just shit going wrong. There's this guy, I forgot his name. He's trying to get with Mary Ellen. He comes by. He's trying to serenade her with a guitar. It was really stupid. But after they leave the window, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's out there, like, doing the whole... This guy's trying to serenade her ass with the guitar. It's not working. They're all laughing at him. He ends up looking over in the distance, and he gets attacked by this werewolf because of the hellhound case that the Warrens researched. Look it up. You know I'm not good with details, but they did apparently. There was this werewolf case that the Warrens had done. See, and I remember when they were first talking about The Conjuring 3, that was apparently what they were going to use as the center for the film, but instead they used it in this, which I'm glad, because honestly, do we really need a werewolf movie? It's The Conjuring. I want to see ghosts. I don't want to see werewolves, no offense. And this werewolf, it was CGI'd. It looked stupid. It was something right out of a Goosebumps movie. There was nothing about the werewolf that was scary to me. It was cool that they introduced it because they're paying homage to other Warren cases, but there was nothing about the werewolf that was scary to me. So the whole time the boyfriend's out in the chicken coops hiding from the damn werewolf. Moving on. One of the things that I can say about this movie that was really creepy to me, and this is the only thing that genuinely scared me, was the ferryman, the guy with the little coins on his eyeballs. So, like, they had a thing that said, like, his story was they put the coins on the eyeballs to pay the ferryman to take their soul or some shit. They talk about it in the movie. Watch the damn movie. I can't explain it, but let me get into it. So this guy was fucking creepy. He was like rolling coins around, and Mary Ellen was just like getting attacked by this guy. That was really fucking creepy because the bodies would just be standing there in the hallway with the coins in the eye. That was literally like, I'm getting like goosebumps. That was the only thing about this movie I can definitely say genuinely kind of scared me. That was the only thing. So, moving on. This is one of the biggest things I want to critique about this movie. This house, the Warrens' house, was not that big of a house. This was barely like a double-decker house. This was like a single-story house, loft, whatever the fuck. It was not that big of a house. Why were these girls always separated? Too many times in this movie, one girl would be like, I'll be right back, and she would go off. Or they'd be like, go on without me, and they would go off. If this shit was going on and all these ghosts and spirits and all the artifacts and shit were coming to life, my ass would not be like, I'll be right back. I would be grabbing onto them. You know when you go to a haunted house during Halloween time and you go with a group of friends, you don't sit there and say, hold on, let me go first. You hold on to each other because you know motherfuckers are about to jump out. Why weren't they doing this in this movie? Why were, these were young girls and they kept separating from each other. And like, one girl would be going this way, one girl would be going upstairs, one girl would be going downstairs. Like, I didn't understand that. I did not understand that because I don't care. I'm chicken shit. If some crazy paranormal shit was going on, I'm grabbing onto every living thing in this house and I'm holding on for dear life. These girls were just too comfortable by themselves. That was too much for my life to handle. That was one of my biggest fucking things. Because when Mary Ann fucking meets the ferryman, I was like, where's everybody else at? Where's everybody else at? Daniela, she's trapped in the artifact room. She's all banging and shit and nobody hears her. Judy's upstairs asleep. Mary Ellen's all tucking her into bed. They don't hear this bitch downstairs fucking banging on the walls. Come on now. Come on. The house is not that big. And the house had wooden floors. This is what cracked me up. The house had wooden floors. They didn't hear each other. They didn't hear like, oh, like maybe she's down there and maybe she's up. Like, I didn't get that. I did not understand that. There were some cool things in the artifact room. Like, this was definitely pre-Conjuring 2 because the Crooked Man box wasn't in the artifact room. I caught that. But the first box from the first movie was in there. The little boy didn't show up. It would have been cool if they looked in there and they saw the little boy in the background. Like, the little boy that was in the music box from the first movie. That would have been cool. They didn't really pay homage to the first movie that much, though, besides Annabelle. I was like, if Bathsheba would have came out of nowhere, I would have been scared shitless. That bitch was scary. Ain't nothing in the Conjuring universe has anything on Bathsheba. I said it. I know all you guys are scared of Valak. Nah, Bathsheba was fucking scary. When that bitch was on that wardrobe, I still get chills today. Moving on, I'm going so off topic or traffic. Well, I just heard something that kind of scared me. See, when I start talking about some paranormal shit. Crazy shit happens in here. Okay, when Danielle's trapped in the artifact room, she sees a few things. She puts there's this like little bracelet thing that apparently if you put a picture of somebody, you can contact their spirit. She wants to talk to her dad. She thinks she sees her dad in the mirror. She looks next to him, and then it's the demon. He's like, you did this to me. Ah, that was pretty cool. There's this old TV that when you look inside the TV, it shows like time a little like 10 seconds ahead. So she was watching what she was doing 10 seconds ahead and noticing shit was happening. That was pretty fucking cool. The armor, the Japanese armor, that was really cool. Because the Japanese armor, there's one part where they're in the hallway. And Mary Ellen, she walks by and she can like hear like this Japanese war and like all these people dying and shit. But this is also a situation where they were going around the set. Like, so picture this. This Japanese armor's in the middle of the fucking hallway. Her and Judy, they separate themselves and go around the fucking armor. Fuck that. I'm holding on to you. We're running. We're not going to be slowly going by this fucking armor. We are going to run. We are going to run. We are going to haul fucking ass. So Judy, she's very keen. She's developing her psychic abilities. She gets it from her mom. She's like, we got to put Annabelle. It's Annabelle. We got to put her back in the case. That's what they have to do. She apparently knows what the fuck they have to do. Do what Judy says. Don't do what Daniela says. So they're trying to find Annabelle. Annabelle's all over the fucking house. She's just popping up here, then in the third. Like last time I saw her, she was in the room. This was pretty cool. She was in the room. She was in the room all snuggled up to Judy. They were all cuddling and spooning. Annabelle was the big spoon because, she got that big ass demon attached to her. They were cute. But she had this little thing that was like spinning in different colors. This was really cool effect for me. The thing fell and she threw Annabelle, and then like every time it turned to a different color, she would see like a different phase of Annabelle. First she would see the doll, then she saw the little girl with the little finger tapping. That bitch made an appearance earlier too. That was really cool. And the next thing, it was like her as a teenager, and she's like, I like your doll, ah. And then the last one, of course, was the demon. The demon appeared next to Judy. That was a good jump scare. It was scary because that demon scares the shit out of me. But hold up. Let me just talk about this guy real quick. The scariest part for me in the first Annabelle was the part on the stairs when the demon's looking up at Annabelle Wallis, the actress. I forgot her name in the movie, but I know Annabelle Wallis. That was the actress's name. When he's looking up at her, that was terrifying. That was the only thing that was scary about Annabelle, the first one. That was the only thing that was good about the first Annabelle. Annabelle Creation, the same thing. When what's her name, Lulu Wilson, when she's playing hide and seek with the other girls, and she's under the stairs, and she sees Annabelle in the chair, and the demon's like behind her with the eyes and the smile. That was terrifying. It's stuff like that that's subtle. The subtle shit that was really terrifying about this. This movie ruined the demon for me. It did. They showed him too many times. He was too CGI'd at different parts. It was not scary. They showed too much of it. The first two movies were good with not showing a lot of the demon. This movie showed too much of the Annabelle demon. And literally after watching this movie, I'm over it. I'm over it. It's not scary to me anymore. They were doing too much CGI, like his head turns. They were just stupid. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So it ruined the demon for me is what I'm trying to say. They find Annabelle in the closet. Mary Ellen's like, oh, I'll go in. And she goes in. And the next thing you know, she's in this like crypt with all like these bodies and these caskets with the little ferryman eyeballs. So she's walking down this shit. Oh, by herself, mind you. Why is everyone by themselves in this damn movie? I don't understand. I would be like, nah, Judy, you're coming with me, bitch. I'm not going in this shit by my fucking self. You fucking thought, whore. So she's walking down in here. And then she sees herself in the casket with the eyeballs holding Annabelle. And she's all like reaching for Annabelle to grab her out of her own hands. I was like, girl, if you do not grab this fucking doll and haul ass, I'm sorry. They were taking the tension I was talking about. They built up so much tension. It was so nerve-wracking for me. I was like, run. Grab that bitch and run. Do something in a fast pace. Like, you got to do something fast. Like, y'all are going too fucking slow for my comfort. That was... and then the ferryman. The ferryman was so scary to me. I'm trying to think, what else did I miss out on? I think I got most of the demons. They didn't really show anything else. Father Muldoon, the pastor at Judy's Catholic school, he was there in the house trying to help her, so she was like, not all ghosts are bad. That was kind of cool. Honestly, I thought he was going to be like a pervert or something. He was all stalking her ass at school. That's besides the point. Let's get back to the shit. Oh, shit. It's the demons, y'all. It's the demons. So, getting back to it. At the end of it, they get Annabelle, they put her in the case. The demon was trying to be like, nah, and they said, yes, we got it, yay. And then everything's a happy fucking ending. And Ed and Lorraine come home, and they're all like, oh yeah, we had fun, we had a good time. Like, this is why you don't leave kids in a house with possessed fucking items. They knew. They were like, oh, you guys were fucking with something. We could tell. You guys are guilty as fuck. And they were like, no, everything was okay. And then Lorraine pulls Daniela to the side. She gives her the bracelet. She says, I've talked to your father. He says, it's not your fault. Don't be so hard on yourself. So she was like, oh, thank you. So that was kind of cute. That was a cute ending. It was a happy ending. I was over it, though. It didn't need to be a happy ending. It didn't. There was a part when Daniela got possessed by the bride earlier. I don't even want to touch base on that. Everything, it was a happy fucking ending. This movie ended happily. Everyone was all happy. They celebrated Judy's birthday. Fucking Patrick Wilson pulls out the guitar and starts playing a jam. And I'm like, oh God, here we go again. Patrick Wilson, you need to put that damn guitar down. If I see you play that shit one more fucking time, I'm over it. I'm over it with your fine ass. Patrick Wilson is fucking fine. Don't y'all think so? I still think so. God damn. Anyway, so that's the movie. That's the movie. That's the end of it. Let's get into what I thought about it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best, though. You know, we have like 7 Conjuring movies already. It was definitely better than La Llorona, whatever the fuck her name was. It was definitely better than that, but when it comes to the Annabelle trilogy, this movie fell short. It was on the same. I feel like it was just as scary as the first one, which wasn't that. Like, it had its parts, but it wasn't anything like. Annabelle Creation was the best one. David F. Sandberg's version was still the best Annabelle movie to me. The other ones did not come anywhere close. Annabelle Creation was genuinely scary to me. Annabelle Creation was probably the second best of the Conjuring films besides the first one. Nothing has touched the first Conjuring yet. None of these movies have even come close to what I felt the first time I saw the first Conjuring movie. That was genuine fear when I saw that first movie. None of these films have come close. So this was the directorial debut for Gary Dauberman. He actually was the writer of Annabelle Creation. He wrote this one. He did a lot. He's wrote a lot of the films for the Conjuring universe, and this was his directorial debut. And it was good. It was decent. Like, the movie, I know I'm digging deep in this movie's ass, but it really was a decent movie. It wasn't the best, but honestly, you'll probably find something. You'll enjoy it. If you're a 10-year-old girl, you're gonna fucking shit your pants watching this. But if you're a horror lover, you're gonna enjoy the movie. For the most part. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to my bullshit and listening to me vent for 20 minutes. Thank you to shout out my 50 viewers. I always shout you guys out. I appreciate y'all. And that's all I gotta say. Until next time, stay spooky.